Now, the Christmas culture varies in every country, but we're going to take a trip down memory lane with the great storyteller, Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks. Morning.
Morning and Merry Christmas. You look very Christmassy.
Very Christmassy.
You just wake up and finish your eggnog.
Chocolate tea.
That's
Amina.
what you have. Well, me have to have eggnog.
Eggnog. I'm glad you're here because a lot of the way we eat in Jamaica and a lot of the things we do have deeper meaning than we even realize.
Absolutely. Everything that we eat, we are feasting on the heritage.
Yes.
So when you get up and you feel like this Christmas morning, I want to have bami and fish.
Yes.
Thanks to the Tainos. When you want your yellow yam and your ackee, thanks to the Nigerians and the Ghanaians. And if you want Chinese food, you know white name Chinese food.
White name Chinese food. And one of the things, you know, Christmas time is a time when, in our history, it's probably the one little time of year when the Bakra master would say to us, when I can get a little time off. So people don't understand that it's the time when we put so much emphasis on gathering.
Absolutely.
And eating and being
being
together.
at your best and dressing up.
Yeah.
And have all the food that takes so long to cook because on the plantation, you cut and swallow.
Yes, yes.
But now you have time to prepare something and to sit down and be people.
Yeah, yeah. Grand Market is also a big part of our Christmas.
You know, I've been thinking about why Grand Market was so successful. And I think because Grand Market happened at a time in our lives when we were at peace with one another. You're not afraid of nobody. You know, look for nobody, pick your pocket. Although sometimes that would have happened to you. Yes, yes. But for the most part, you felt so safe to just walk downtown. I remember being on my father's shoulders. Yes.
At Grand Market.
Absolutely.
Because it's more than just a shopping experience. Grand Market is music, it's
and you
everything.
go look. Sometimes you're just looking.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the time when you get the last moment you have money to spend, you go and see what to spend it on. But many people went just to socialize, just to see what was going on.
The atmosphere was everything.
Yes. In those days, you had clappers. You know what a clappers is?
Yes, Neville was telling us
She-boom.
about. Yes, he was telling us about his experience, and so was Dwayne. So it's a big part of that as well. One of the things that I really, 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 really miss is the Junkanoo at Christmas time.
In Kingston.
Yes.
The Junkanoo is a very important part of our history. There are Junkanoo bands that still remain.
Okay.
The Junkanoo band in Grange Hill must be approaching their 60th anniversary.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
There is the Junkanoo band in St. Mary for sure. And there was a time when JCDC would have Junkanoo band competition
Yes,
in
Junkanoo
December
Festival, they did.
so that the schools would have an experience of what it was like. That's a very important part of the history. So many things are told about the Junkanoo band, but what the different schools of thought agree on is that this is the story of a slave raid.
Yes, it is. Because a lot of the characters, when we see them, they're funny, they're entertaining, they're scary.
Right.
But they each have some kind of meaning to us.
Right. And then once the Junkanoo came here, we use that as social commentary. So you see the great house, or the houseboat, or the policeman, or the belly woman. And there was a time when the Junkanoo bands were banned. Yeah, because then the masters began to realize that yeah. I remember once Miss Olive Lewin of blessed memory told me that she had gone to St. Mary and she see one live living goat in a necktie and glasses, spectacles, you know, the Junkanoo band.
Yes.
And when she investigated, a big man had stolen a little farmer goat. And the little farmer hadn't a chance of surviving or getting justice. So the village set for him.
And dress up the goat like the man?
That's right. Dress up the goat. And when Junkanoo band came out that year, everybody knew what they were talking about.
So yes, I like it's commentary on things that have happened. It's giving people a voice sometimes when they didn't have one. So I think that's a great
and
thing.
to express their creativity.
Yeah, yeah. Our producer has here, she says, during that period, plantation work would cease, which we've said. Plantation owners would give each of the slaves the annual gift of a piece of cloth and meat.
Piece of calico,
Yes.
if I remember correctly. And
Yeah.
a piece, can you imagine? You work all year, forget one little piece of meat.
And piece of calico.
And piece of calico.
Yeah.
And a little box with the leftovers the
Yeah.
day after Christmas,
Yeah.
which is how we come to Boxing Day.
Yeah.
It didn't originate in the Caribbean. It's a European custom. But of course, when the two cultures clash, the Boxing Day tradition.
Yeah. So when
came
we have
here.
people like you know, Hillary Becker saying the way we eat is a part of our history and part of our tradition. Sometimes the leftover things in us. So that's why you say we eat tripe.
That's right.
Tripe and bean, and we eat cow head and cow
And
foot.
the creativity, how we learn to combine rice and peas.
Yes.
And not have the peas on the side, ackee and salt fish. How we learn to roast yam and not just boil it.
Yeah, it's a celebration of our resilience as a people, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. But part of that also, the yam, is the yam festivals from West Africa, where we have this tradition. It's in our DNA to give thanks.
Yeah.
And a lot of that thanksgiving manifested as various kinds of festival. Anybody in the world have festival like Jamaica?
No.
Busu, curry, breadfruit.
Ackee, seafood, jerk, you name it. Because we have so many things to be thankful for.
And nothing happens in Jamaica except where you have to eat, where you're serving.
Yes,
happens around the food.
I like this conversation, Amina, because sometimes, you know, you meet people and they say, well, Christmas, I mean, I celebrate Christmas, or Christmas has no meaning for me. And for us, historically, and as a part of our heritage, the time of year means so much to us as a people.
Christmas has tremendous meaning, I would say, to most Jamaicans, even in the most impoverished communities, and we hope one day to get rid of the impoverishedness, but even in the most impoverished communities, people are sharing. You give your neighbor one slice of cake, you make sure so them have little gungo peas, and that's a very important part of what we call our Jamaican. And we pretty up. We have to look pretty. We paint up, we white, we wash up, we get new clothes, we get linoleum, and so the whole house is fresh on Christmas morning. And the yard, well swept, and planting a painting tin, and so on.
And everything happens. It's great to see you, my love.
And you
And great to have a chat with you.
Yes, and you know, bring nothing off of your table for me this morning.
I mean, the table still left. You know, early then I could get up this morning.
mean, no.
I'm little chocolate tea, I could have just catch and run come. So the things are
But the balance is waiting.
Oh, Lord,
right.
Wait, man. I soon gone.
My own too.
But thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you do
And
in terms of preserving who we are as a people.
And you too, Dahlia. Thank you.
Great to have you.
Merry Christmas.
To you too,
It's the greatest gift. The
It
gift
is.
of giving who you are and what you know and what you have learned. Otherwise, we never live at all. If after we did it not continue, we did a waste time.
Nothing.
Don't waste no time.
That's a powerful way to wrap this up. Caribbean storyteller, Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks. On the other side of the break, we're going to find out how a fundraiser in Switzerland is helping a school in St. Elizabeth.